Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly tip-off. Look, man, we got a great show for y'all today. The trade deadline is February 8th, so we're about a week away. It's a lot of activity going on. A lot of players asking to get out, so we'll talk about that. Then also, look, America's team is streaking. The Charlotte Hornets, 5-game winning streak, doing great on their last 11 games. So we'll deep dive into them coming up next on the weekly tip-off. All right. Todd, welcome back. We say hello to the fans. All right, good. We back, man. A week away from the trade deadline. NBA activity is picking up, man. A lot of players wanting to get out, and a lot of players are going to get out when they don't want to. So, it's always a fun time for sure. Look, this week we had Giannis come out and was like a fake trade request, but not trade request. I don't know. Dude just needs to ask out, but he's saying he wants to, or he'd be open to being moved. At the same time, you had John Morant come and say he didn't want to be moved. He's with the team, so that's going on. You have players like Zion, AD, Anthony Davis is on the shelf because his agent Rich Paul is already saying he wants him out. Let's just talk real fast. Which one of these kind of requests interests you the most, and where do you think, it's kind of like a likely next place for said person?
I think Giannis, obviously, he's the biggest name, MVP. Yeah, I think if it was up to him, I think he wants to go to New York. But I just don't think they have enough assets. Like, they're in a tough spot because if they give up too much, they're not going to be able to win. And I don't think they have enough trade capital in terms of draft picks because they gave up 5 for Bridges. So, I mean, I think the only way they actually can make that happen is if Giannis specifically says he wants to go to New York and they just take less. But,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's tough if you're the Bucks. Like,
yep.
It's funny how the Bucks are going to play this, right? Like, if you're the Bucks, if I'm in the GM's office, I'm just taking straight picks, like the highest picks possible, right? Like, I'm blowing it up, starting over, getting as many draft picks as possible. But will you see them kind of placate Giannis and be like, okay, we can accept a little less because we want to send him to a market? I know where you would stand on that. You'd be like, heck no.
Yeah. You're not helping my job,
Yeah. Yeah, but we'll see how it goes. See if franchises move players for less. Yeah. We obviously the Luka trade is like one that's will go down in infamy as like one of the worst, I guess, get backs you can get in a trade deal. Compare that to like Rudy Gobert and Mikal Bridges, right? However, yeah, like if you're the Bucks, do you take on like a Cat and whatever squad, which I would not think you would by any stretch, right?
No, I mean the Knicks, like their young players aren't needle movers, right? Like, I think if you look at OKC when they traded Podcast P to the Clippers, that's when they got Shea from them. Right. So I don't think it's a bad move if you're looking to get some draft picks and then you take on like a young, high potential player, maybe like a Rob Dillingham, right? He doesn't get much playing time in the T-Wolves, so you don't really know what he can do. He's a good scorer, but maybe he lacks defense, whatever. But he doesn't get much playing time. So I don't know. I would consider taking some flyers on some like young players who don't get a lot of opportunities, but no, in this type of draft, you just want a lot of, like, if you can get high picks.
Yeah, so that's a great point. The top 3 teams, it looks like right now, is between the Knicks, the T-Wolves, and even the Nets. The Brooklyn Nets are very interested.
Yeah.
Not sure.
The Nets are interested in Giannis?
Yes.
Why?
It's a great question.
I think they're trying to trade like they're open to trading Michael Porter Jr.
They are,
So,
which is strange. I feel like because
I feel like they're just they just want to be involved in maybe it's gonna be like a three team deal where they're maybe they can get draft picks or something like that because it doesn't make sense for them to want an older veteran who wants to win now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the question is, you put him around. You're in the New York market, right? So you want to make a splash. You have MPJ. If you can maybe do MPJ and have MPJ on your team, and then trade all those young guys for Giannis and picks, maybe, right? Like, and then hope it comes. But yeah, I don't get it either. I think they should be like a facilitator or a seller at best.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you have Atlanta out there, but word is they really want AD. So we'll see about that because AD is a big piece that we haven't even talked about. That is already said. We're not, Rich Paul's like, we're not doing anything. We want to get traded by the deadline.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I think everybody's waiting for this Giannis ball to drop, and then we'll see where we go. But there's some teams, like you said, that should be run for Giannis, and some definitely should not be.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Kings are probably going to be sellers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're 12 and 37, and they're tied for last place in the West. Like, they have Levine, they have DeRozan, they have Sabonis,
Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, for real. But like, I'm trading everyone. I'm getting rid of everyone. Like, that team has run its course. It's poorly constructed. Like, I would, it just needs to reset in the worst way.
Yeah, I think the worst thing about Sacramento, and look, this is coming from a Hornets fan, so I've been where they've been for a long time. Is like they have a lot of pieces that can be moved, but they waited too long to move them because, like, right now their values could not be lower. Like Sabonis, they should have been. I understand they probably wanted to build around him, but building around him doesn't look like DeRozan and Zach LaVine, right? You don't build them around like ball first wings. So Sabonis is like they're going to be their biggest trade piece, but you could say his value couldn't be lower at this point, right? Like,
it depends who you're talking to. Like, it looks like you said Atlanta wants AD, right? Like, maybe they'll be interested in Sabonis. He's a better passer than AD. He doesn't defend the rim as well, but he's reliable.
Yeah,
like he's there. Atlanta's not going to have to worry about him not playing. Which AD, anytime someone bunts him, he could be out. No, I'm just serious.
No, yeah, I know you're right. I'm just talking about like more so Sabonis. If you trade Sabonis like a few years ago, he's going to get more than Rudy Gobert or get more than Mikal Bridges, I would say.
Probably, but like I don't think he's not a highly talked about name, right? But like his numbers are crazy.
In fantasy, he is.
Yeah, no, fantasy he's a bucket. But yeah, I think, and plus they can get a few picks, right? Like they can trade DeRozan for probably a first rounder.
Yo, no way, get out of here, no way.
It depends. Like, okay. You're looking for a team that just needs an upgrade. Like, if you're the Heat, you're not trading
a first round pick. No, I would not trade a first round.
They're going to be a low first round pick.
Maybe not. Who knows?
I don't know if you're the Heat and you have like you're in the play-in, but you have like a 1% chance of like getting the first round pick or the number one pick. Like, you're not going to. I don't know, unless the NBA rigs it for like Dallas.
Look, you say that, but like since they've done these, even at these playoff odds, literally Dallas and Atlanta have gotten the number one pick, and both were like in the play-in, both. So I'm just saying they could. I think before, yeah, you're right. You would be like, oh, it's gonna be a low pick guaranteed. But like if you don't make the playoffs, like it's literally feasible you get a top 3, top 4 pick. So yeah. I don't know. I
mean, OKC will probably get the first pick.
They could. Well, no, because if the Clippers do well, then no.
Yeah, but they have Utah's pick.
Utah's is, I think, top 4 protected. And if Utah bottoms out, then there's no way they can lose that pick, essentially. Well, I think they could actually, but that's why Utah is like tanking. They're going to tank.
But another thing some of these teams can do, they trade their players, but just get like in 3 years get a first round pick that's unprotected.
Well, so that's the Bucks reasoning, right? Of like, if you're the Bucks, why would you trade for like high contract players like a Cat or like I don't know who else has been sent to them in so many different ways, but if you're the Bucks, you're taking expirings and draft picks. Like that's literally it. So you want to get a new face from Giannis, like you got to get in the draft. You know, then get rid of Miles Turner if you can, right? Like that's all you can really do. And look, this team could come back if you come out the next year with like a Cam Boozer and you got Ryan Rollins, and then you're gonna get picks. And you get picks from the trade, and you got picks next year. Then you're back. You're back to the solid.
You need some unprotected picks.
Yes.
So, there's no funny business on like top 6, top 8 protected. That stuff gets confusing. But you just want some unprotected picks, and you just have to like forecast which teams are going to bottom out.
Yeah, and that's the good thing. That's what makes this like the whole draft. Like the changing of the draft makes this like really interesting because literally if you're a mid-level team, you can just say, okay, I'm in it for the number 1. I can get the number 1 pick.
Yep.
Right? Like before you'd be like, no, you're guaranteed 10 or 11. You just don't know now. Right? And so all these picks are, especially you got an unprotected, all these picks are so valuable, down the line. So but yeah, that's why the Kings particularly like I mean, look, the Kings could say they can become buyers and think they're okay with Zach, with Levine and Westbrook and DeRozan. I doubt it, but they're the same team that put the team together in the first place. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to think. Zion is another one as well who's been mocked to. There's in trade rumors for Chicago.
Yep.
Minnesota is looking for a point guard. And Kobe White has like been mentioned for sure, has been on the trade block. We've talked about Minnesota before. Like, what do you think they should do? Like going into the trade market, should they try to just bolster their bench? Should they try to make a big swing and trade like Naz Reid for like a really good one, or like what do you think from the Minnesota side?
I still like their team. I mean, I like Naz Reid though because you can stretch the floor.
Yep.
So I kind of like having the option of a Rudy and a Naz on the team. Yeah, I just think, like you've said it a lot of times, like if they can upgrade the point guard, but you don't need a scorer per se. You just need like a good defender and someone who can like read the floor properly.
Yes.
And like create the mismatch and expose it.
Yep. Exactly.
I think that was their intention with Mike Conley, but he's just way too past his prime.
Yeah. It's tough, man, with Minnesota. I think too much is on Edwards, but you get them a really good point. Like, I'm trying to think who that missing piece would be, but even if you got like I wouldn't want to Colin Sexton. Because he's just like he's a good bench player, but he's like a score first point guard. You definitely need somebody who's like more of a setup.
Like do you want a scorer there? Because like I think Anthony Simons might be getting traded from Boston.
Yeah, which would be the smart thing for Boston to do as well, because his value is going to be high.
Yeah, he's an expiring contract.
I mean, yeah, you put Anthony Simons on the Timberwolves, they would be tough. They'd be tough, but he's not a pass first guy. But they'll be tough for sure. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have a lot of names move. I'm interested in Zion to see what you guys, if the Bulls actually pull the trigger there. That'd be.
Yeah, I think the Bulls are trying to get rid of Kobe White and Vucevic.
Yeah, it's a little few years too late, but
Vucevic should have been last year at the trade deadline because his numbers were crazy at the start of last year.
Yeah, and Kobe White, I think I just signed him to a contract too. I can't remember.
He did last year. I'm not sure, but I mean, there's always a place for Kobe White because he's a great scorer. He can create his own shot. He can handle the ball.
Mm-hmm.
He's just not a great defender.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're in Minnesota, you don't need a great defending point. You already got these defenders behind you, right? You got Edwards, you got Jaden, you got Naz Reid or Julius Randle, you got Gobert.
So would you want Kobe White on your team?
If I'm the Timberwolves, I would highly think about it, yeah.
Yeah, the good thing about it is he can handle the ball.
Right.
Now, when he handles the ball, he usually shoots it. But he can handle the ball, which that takes some pressure off Edwards because he's the only one that can really do that on the current team.
That's true. All right. Look, what do you think about Zion going there? I don't know if I asked you before, but are you a fan?
Zion, he's more in the AD thing for me, where the talent's there. It's just I don't know how many games to play.
Yeah.
But if Vucevic is there or whoever's there, they can spread the floor. He can have basically the whole paint to himself to operate. But that's not a bad fit. It's just a matter of his health. And I think we need to change at coaching because our defense is always so bad. It's not it doesn't matter how many points you score if you're letting it more. So
that is true. I'm interested, man, because I mean, Giddey and Zion in the East will be tough for sure.
Yeah.
It'll be, but when he plays, that's the thing. That's my issue with him, AD. I know you got John Morant too. You just don't know when they play. It's just so up, and it's no plan. At least in Charlotte, LaMelo was always like that, but they have a plan for him. That's where the whole minutes restriction looks weird, but they're trying to get him on the court. You just don't know with Zion and Ja. Just crazy, but both have ultra talent too. Maybe Ja and Zion goes to the Bulls. Who knows?
That would be must-see TV.
Yeah, it really would.
Even if we're losing, it's good entertainment.
Yeah. Oh my God. No, the off-court character concerns would be off.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
All right. Well, look, we'll talk about. I want us to dive deep into my squad for sure. It's our show. It's gonna be a little selfish. Dive into the Hornets. And next time we may have Bill Mills on here, another Charlotte correspondent who's down there. Look, I'm just going to read a few things off to you. Do with them what you will. So in the last 10 games, Charlotte right now is 7-3. They've won 5 games in a row. Do 11 games, they're 8-3. That's when they beat Utah by 55 points. They have one of the best road performances in January in league history. Last 2 teams were the LeBron Heat and the Kobe Lakers. Also, right now, in the last 10 games, their efficiency, you can quote Kurt Goldsberry for this one, but number 1 in offense, number 6 defense, number 2 net rating in the league, right? Number 1 defense, number 1 in net right now is OKC in the last 10 games. OKC, though, has the number 2 defense and number 6 offense. So look, this is the second or third youngest team in the league. We talked about the rookie class getting a bunch of minutes. Khan, obviously. Then you have guys like Sion James and Kalkbrenner averaging a lot of minutes. McNeely's going back and forth between the G League team, but to have rookies play that much, being that young team, it's definitely a bright spot. Last night, you had the rookies go against each other. So you had the Mavericks with Coop dropping 49. Then you had Khan dropping 34 last night in a Hornets win. So We can talk about the Rookie of the Year race. I mean, I think that's something because you have like Coop, who's in the lead there, but barely with points, barely with rebounds, barely with assists. But Khan's really true calling card is his efficiency. Could be a 50, 40, 90 player as a rookie, which is insane to say the least. But true shooting percentage is top 3 in the league. 3-point percentage is top 3 in the league. 3-point made is top 3 in the league. So one of the most efficient shooters, like probably most efficient rookie the game has seen, and one of the most efficient players already. So that's the battle with him and Coop. But just overall, like I want to talk about you're the outside in perspective. So obviously, I'm excited, right? And I know it may not look like that because I'm suffering through a cold, but I am very excited what the Hornets are doing. Yep. You're more pessimistic, obviously, because it's my team, so you have to be pessimistic. But what are your thoughts so far on just like speaking on the outside end, seeing what this team is doing, all the numbers bearing out with that, the 5-man starting lineup, 9-1. Actually 10-1 when that starting lineup of LaMelo, Miller, Khan, Miles Bridges, and Diabate play. So interested to see your thoughts just in general on the Hornets.
Yeah, I mean, those numbers are good. I think that's a team you can definitely try to keep together and grow with because they seem to be beating the teams they should beat, right? And I think that's very similar to like my Patriots, where this year when they play a bad team, they win.
Yeah,
and that's a sign of a good team to me because like it's very easy to slip up and just have an off night, but they don't seem to be doing that as of late. And even before this 7-3, in the last 10 games, they lost 2 buzzer beaters in a row, right? So they easily could be, 9-3 in their last 12. So they had a little bad luck there, but no, I think they're playing well. The team seems to be gelling, right? I think they like playing with each other. And Khan and LaMelo just are clicking, right? They're very unselfish with each other. They'll find each other to get the open shot. Diabate's filling that role, rim protector, getting rebounds. And if you look at their last few games, like Brandon Miller is actually leading the team in scoring most of those nights. So I think everyone's kind of finding their role. And LaMelo, it seems he's okay with like almost taking that back seat. Because he's not taking those like terrible shots anymore or like just chucking, right? Like he's trusting his teammates more. So yeah, I like to see if they can keep it up. So they have the next 7 games they're playing very stiff competition. So we'll see if they can keep it up. If they can win like 4 out of the next 7, like they might be a for real team. And they should probably, if they keep it up, they'll get into the play-in. And that's gonna be a scary team to play in.
Yeah. It's a good call out, man. Especially we talk about Brandon Miller. He's taking a leap this year for sure. Now people forgot about him obviously because he's been hurt. Justifiably so. I think last season he only played like 20% of the games total. Got a wrist injury, very rare wrist injury, but was out for the year very early. And even in this season, people wonder like how they have this net rating, but like their record is so bad. We talked about that. Health matters, right? So like Brandon Miller missed the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, got hurt the first game. And then right when he comes back, LaMelo was hurt. Then just got back on the minutes restriction. People wonder why, like, oh, why is he not starting? It's literally because of minutes restriction. He's not getting benched. It's a minutes restriction to help save his ankles, since he's been hurt the past 4 years. So look, health matters, with any team, health matters. And so these guys are showing it. I want to ask you this, like we and you kind of talked about it kind of in our group chat, but if you're the Hornets, right, you see like you have the 3 players, but let's just say you have your LaMelo, Khan, and Brandon Miller. Those are 3 players, your cornerstone, that's it. And you see how well they've been playing together right? Like lately, you see there's probably a future, right? Would you be interested in swinging for like a guy like Giannis to where you can be like, let's say you can keep those three and then also somehow swing and get Giannis with all the picks. They have a ton of picks. They have all their own picks. They have Miami's unprotected. It's protected now, but it could be unprotected in 2028. Then they also have another top 2 protected Mavs pick as well.
Yep.
Like, do you use all of that and swing for the fences and get like a good 4 there? Or do you just let this play out? Maybe even if you hit the play in, you don't get it. You can get into the draft. Maybe you get lucky in the draft. But I mean, you could have Giannis too. So like, what would you do if you're the Hornets GM?
I would try and get Giannis. If I can keep those 3 and I give up Bridges, I would get him personally. It's like you like those 3 guys, so it's highly unlikely you're going to draft someone to replace one of them.
Yeah.
So you'd be only drafting the 4 or 5 position anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And Diabate, I kind of want to see what he develops in.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to keep him because
Yep.
he kind of seems to be that glue guy. He's like the Dennis Rodman type, right? He'll dive on the floor to get a rebound. He doesn't.
Right.
He'll protect the rim. He'll give up his body to play defense. So, and he's not taking shots away from those 3.
Right.
And then, yeah. So I would like it. And looking at the standings, you're not that far off from like the 6th seed, right? Like Charlotte has 21 wins. The 76ers are in 6th place at 26 wins, right? And we're not even at the All-Star break yet. So like you go on another good run of games and someone else loses, like you can easily by end of the season be in the top 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
good point.
I think that will just change the franchise for forever, right? Because you get Giannis in a small market, which he's already been in a small market, so he won't mind it. Yeah. And they'll put a ton of like eyeballs on Charlotte.
First
right?
time.
And that might attract other free agents. Like,
right.
I can play with Giannis and I can play with LaMelo, and they'll just I think there'll be a good infusion of just energy into Hornets basketball.
Yeah, I agree, man. It'd be interesting. Like I go back and forth on whether to trade up a bunch of draft capital. But it's kind of like, I don't know if you ever saw there's a skit with like with Family Guy or whatever. I hate to quote this skit, but it's like they're giving everybody, it's like, hey, you can have a boat or a mystery box. And everybody's like, oh yeah, a boat. And the main character, Peter, is like, oh man, it's a mystery box. You never know, it could be in a mystery box. It could be a boat. He's like, so it's like you have the luxury boat right here with Giannis. You can get him, or you can try to draft one, and your hope is to draft a Giannis. So
right.
So it's kind of like, well, if you have the capital, should you do it? And if you're Milwaukee, it's like I can get maybe a few young players. I can get a Liam McNeely or whatnot, like Kalkbrenner, Miles Bridges' contract expiring. Like Sexton contract expiring, Josh Green contract expiring, and you get Hornets picks. Like
yeah,
I think
it makes sense on both sides.
Yeah.
If I can get it done and keep those 3 guys, I would do it.
Plus Diabate, I agree with you. I'm keeping Diabate at all costs. Yeah. He's like for a championship kind of level squad. He's like you need those guys.
Right.
You need those guys.
Yeah, at the start of the season, he wasn't even starting. It was Kalkbrenner.
Right.
And I think they finally see like you need that athleticism on the floor.
Yep.
And yeah, I like him.
Yep. All right, you got us to the Hornets. You heard it here first. Nobody's talking about it, but I like it.
That would be amazing if that happened.
Yeah, just oh my God. Just don't talk to me for like 24 hours. I'll be out of the streets. It'd be crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, man, this was fun. I think obviously next week when we talk, it's gonna be right around the trade deadline. So we're gonna have a trade deadline show for you guys. We'll have some hosts on as well. Then we're gonna have a all-star kind of show as well. So we got some special plan for you guys. And yeah, NBA season's fun, man, especially where you have the teams that are unexpected that's winning, and then just a bunch of drama. I mean, you could have Zion, AD, and Giannis on the trade block at the same time.
And Morant.
Doesn't get no better than this. And then, unfortunately, Patriots in the Super Bowl, so that obviously makes my co-host time much better. So
yeah, one win away.
All right, guys. Well, look, I'm Chris Long. Find me at Chris Long NC on X and Twitter. This is Todd Paul. And as always, guys, thank you for following the show. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.
Peace out.